Mr. Speaker, I rise today firmly and resolutely opposed to both this rule and the underlying conference report. I regret to say that the Democratic leaders have once again demonstrated that it's either their way or the highway, except this time it's our fighting men and women who are left stranded in the middle of the road. Mr. Speaker, I am truly saddened and in truth even angered by the majority's insistence on putting this war, our generals and our war fighters on autopilot with a forced retreat and an inflexible timetable. The consequences of this decision, should it become law, will echo long beyond this day, this year, this decade. Defeat should not be an option, and yet it seems that this majority believes it's the only option. We are at a critical juncture in history when the defenders of liberty and freedom have to stand firm against tyrants and terrorists. And I remind the gentleman from Virginia that just spoke. Indeed, the famous quote says, "There are times in our history when the tree of liberty must be nourished by the blood of patriots." Sure, without question, this war has been hard fought every step of the way, and it will continue to be. But few things worthwhile in life are ever easy. Regrettably, this majority was bought and paid for by MoveOn.org and liberal extremists, and now they have come to collect, unfortunately, at the expense of our military and our security. Today, tomorrow, and for decades to come. When the Speaker of the House pushes to rewrite our foreign policy and yet refuses to meet with General Petraeus, our commander on the ground in Iraq, it becomes abundantly clear this majority would rather push left-wing politics over sound policy. This political theater would be funny if its consequences weren't a matter of life and death, of victory and defeat. Every day that we delay a legitimate war funding bill, the resources of our military and our soldiers' quality of life are diminished. In fact, this delay has forced the Pentagon to move dollars from the Air Force's personnel accounts, money to pay our service members, to make up for the gaps in the war funding. I implore my colleagues on both sides of the aisle, oppose this rule, oppose this conference report. Let's end this political game and truly give victory a chance. We can do better, Mr. Speaker. We have an obligation to do better for the sake of the men and women who put their lives on the line in Iraq and Afghanistan to protect ours. And I yield back.
Yields back his time. Gentlewoman from New York.